Hey there, I'm Brittni Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I am excited for my guest today because we love to chat. We get easily distracted. So I decided that we needed to record one of our chats, but it might be a little bit filtered from what we usually talk about. But welcome to the podcast, Maddie Brush from Taeda Farms. So welcome, Maddie.
Thank you for having me, Brittni.
So I'm excited. I have been working with you and your mom for how long have we been? I feel like we've known each other forever. Like you've had a baby, like you got pregnant, you've had a baby. So that seems like a lifetime to me when you're having babies, but we've been working together for almost 2 years. I feel like a year and a half.
Longer
than that, probably.
Yeah. 2 years. I think 2 years.
I started working with your mom and then I started working with you. So
yes.
And we're going to get into the story, but Maddie they're building a flower farm right now. And I feel like that has taken a million years. And
that has taken a million years. That just takes so much longer.
Yes. So let's dive into it. Maddie, tell my listeners kind of who you are and where we're at now. And let's talk about Taeda Farms.
So my name is Maddie Brush. My parents, I'm mostly known through my parents. They are Janelle Brown and Cody Brown. They have a TV show, and now we are starting a farm called Taeda Farms, my mom and I together. And that is where we're at right now. But I am a multifaceted entrepreneur. I have done a couple of different businesses, but right now it is mostly being a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I also work Taeda Farms.
Yeah. Well, and I love working with Maddie because I feel like we are very similar. We work very similar. We're doers. We're like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. And so it's been really fun to work together. But so they decided how long ago was it that they decided that her and her mom and her husband, let's not forget Caleb.
Yes. My husband is a
mandatory volunteer. But they decided that they're in North Carolina and they decided that they wanted to start a flower farm. And so let's kind of talk about the beginning of it. Let's talk about, this is a question that we get on our social media and several emails every week. What does Taeda mean? Where did we come up with the name Taeda? So let's start there.
Yes. Okay. So Taeda is actually the Pinus Taeda, which is the loblolly pine here in North Carolina. In the South in general, it is a specific type of pine that prunes itself, and it has longer needles. It's not the North Carolina long needle, but it's still a long needle. And its Latin name or its Latin gene is the Pinus Taeda. And so when we were coming up with names, we were trying a bunch of different things, and Taeda was kind of unique. It's Latin for torch, a wedding torch specifically. And we kind of felt like it was fitting because so much had happened in our lives. My brother had passed away. My family kind of dissolved in front of the whole world. So we were like, yeah, torch is great. Like, let's be a light. So we were like, let's go with this.
Yeah, I love it. And so if you have ever seen these trees, I've learned a lot about trees the last couple of years, but they're pine trees, but they are really like tall. They're taller trees.
Yes.
And then all the needles are up more at the top. So it doesn't start close to the ground. They're higher up. So that is Taeda, and it's spelled Taeda. So
yes,
we get a lot of questions on where the name is, and no matter how many times we tell it, people still are like, "Where did you get it?" So
yes, and it's kind of unique. And then if you don't know, but a lot of people want to pronounce it Taeda, and it's not Taeda, but we can say Taeda Farms.
I know. Yeah, we need to do some marketing. We need to use that. Yes,
we do.
We do.
But it's pronounced Taeda.
Yeah. And it is, so they decide they're going to start a flower farm. And that's, at the beginning phases when I started working on them, we're all excited. We build a website, we do the branding. We're thinking,
okay, like this time next year, there's going to be a farm and wah, wah, wah. So
Yes.
there has been the building process has taken a long time. So let's kind of talk about that.
So permits, first off, you can't just like go out, buy a piece of land and just start planting there if you want it to be readily available to the public. So we learned that very quickly. And in my naivety, I was like, we're just going to go out and cut some trees down, plant some flowers. And that's not what you can do, especially where we are at in a coastal county. You have to make sure there's no water runoff, you don't have erosion, and whatever you're planting doesn't cause problems for farmers down the road or even down to the waterways. So we had to get permits and all this checking of things to make sure that the soils were the right way. We had the Army Corps of Engineer come out and check to make sure that there was no kinds of waterways, and it wasn't wetlands, and it wasn't in preservations for biospheres. So they did find what they call a blue line ditch here, which means it's a U.S. waterway. So then when they found the U.S. waterway, it's hey, this is a naturally occurring waterway. You can't destroy the integrity of it. So we have to get permits on how to cross the waterway. All of that took a lot longer than I thought it would. And it's been a humbling experience because bureaucracies don't move at my pace. And my pace is like, we should be done with this by noon. And they're like, hey, we're going to check in 10 days. We'll get back to you in 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
So that was quite a learning experience. I know a lot about erosions and sedimentation control and riparian buffers now and all the fun lingo that comes with that. But we have our permits now.
Yeah.
We are in the process of getting everything ready to be planted.
You probably know more about water and soil than you ever thought you would. Because even I talk to you all the time and I was like just impressed with your jargon, just barely. I was like, wow, you do know a lot. I didn't know what that was. So.
Well, I'm a person is like, I'm going to figure out have you ever legalese? You just get a document back from an official agency and you're just like, I have to understand what this says.
That is definitely your personality. Like, I feel like you know, like something about everything. Like we'll be talking about like oils and you'll be like, oh, no, don't put lavender on your skin. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, I just like, you have like this plethora of knowledge of all these like random things. And I'm like, where do you learn all this stuff? You know a lot of things about a lot of things. So now add this to your list. So
my sister says the same thing. She's like, it's so funny when we're walking, you're like, you see this tree? This is a lichen on the tree. It's a good, and I'm like, absorb. I always tell people fact check me because sometimes I just say stuff and they're like, that's not true. I'm like, oh, okay.
You do say that a lot. You're like, well, tell me something. You're like, you can fact check me, but so you know a lot of things about a lot of things. So, okay. So when we're talking, and I think we both have the same patience with time where we're like, come on, it's time to go. Let's go. But when we're talking the permits, we are not talking this took like weeks. We're talking months. Something that was supposed to be like 10 days was like months. And it wasn't just, you guys are just waiting. It was like, you guys had to like really like fight.
We kind of nagged them like, hey, we had to like shake the tree a couple times. Like, hey, we're still here. We're still waiting for this to be sent back in and rezone. And there was a lot of back and forth with we hired an engineering firm. So our engineering firm, they would come back and say, hey, you need this mark. And our engineering firm was like, well, this is the first time we've been asked for this too. So it was humbling.
Yeah. It really has taken a long time. And on the business side of it, we were like ready to go. Like we were like, let's start marketing, let's start promoting.
Yes.
Let's start planning for like next fall. And it was like, we just kind of were like stuck. And Maddie would say, we have a shop where we sell like all the merch and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Maddie's like, I don't want this to be a t-shirt shop. And that was never the intention, but we kind of got like, we had all these like, like blocks in the way.
We have a very loyal following, very loyal fan base, and they love to support us, which I am so appreciative of. And they're like, what can we do? And I'm like, Nothing.
Nothing
We're
yet.
waiting.
Nothing
But
yet.
I
Yeah.
want to provide something for all of y'all who tune in and watch us and support us and are like, hey, we can't wait to come. So we decided to go with t-shirts, and we have a couple little bundles here there. We also have really aprons that we love. But this was also something that could keep the brand still alive and going while we pay for the permits and the clearing of trees and the mulching and all those things, which we're really grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. So fast forward, this is like a long time coming. So another part of this is, you're building. They're not, in addition to the flower farm, you're building homes out there.
Yes. Yes.
And a home for your mom and a home for you and your family. And so we finally started. And once it got going, I feel like the momentum's been pretty good. I don't know. On my end, it feels like it's gone faster.
I feel like, once you get going, there's like bodies out there. Maybe it feels like we kind of have stuff going on. I do drive. It's a 25-minute drive. So we drive out back and forth a lot. But every time we're out there, it's like, oh, we can do this. We can do this. Like, oh, this is happening. So once there was more out there than just trees, and like we had a foundation, and it was like, oh, there's way more going on now.
Yeah. And I've been out there. It's beautiful. The property is so beautiful. Okay. So what's the process? The homes are being built now. What is the next thing that is going to happen as far as Taeda Farms go?
So the homes should be finished here in the next few months. And as soon as that is done, probably before that, we will start clearing the area for beds. If you are not from here, this is a learning curve for me. Things grow up and they just volunteer. You have volunteer trees everywhere and volunteer plants. It's very humid. Things grow very fast. So we are in the process alongside the houses, prepping the landscaping for flower beds. And that should start here. They've already started clearing the lot for the flower beds. We have to make sure that there's not any erosion happening that will, so we can preserve the soil, because we want the soil there as much as the government wants the soil there. Mm-hmm. So we are in the process of clearing the land for beds and a parking lot to open hopefully next spring. And that looks like clearing the beds, keeping the soil there, pulling roots from trees out, and then laying down the initial beds and planting the bulbs for next spring.
Yeah. So next spring, so they're planting in the spring. So then once the flowers grow, is it going to be come pick your own flowers? Is it going to be shipping flowers? Is it going to be selling to like vendors? What does that look like?
So it will start with a you pick flower kind of experience. Come see the farm, see the flower fields. I love nature. I don't know if anybody else is like, I just like being outside. And if you can come and see all of like flowers and like walk through flower fields, I feel like that's a little bit healing. And I really enjoy it. So it will be you pick or come and see the flowers, take pictures. And as we get going and we have a little bit more growth to the farm, flowers that are maturing, a lot of the flowers we are planting are perennials. So they take a few years to mature. So you have at least 3 years. Once that is there and going, we will do subscriptions. So you can buy the flowers and we will ship them to you.
And in addition to the flowers, they want to eventually do like retreats there. Can people come and stay there? Is there going to be a store? What is it going to look like?
So it's in phases. We had to break it down into phases because otherwise we would be 5 years out and then y'all would be coming. So first phase is just come see the flowers, pick the flowers. And then the next phase will be little cabins for you to stay with a little coffee shop. And then the next phase will be a bigger lodge where you can host events, bridal showers, baby showers. And those of the retreats, those of you staying in the lodge can also rent the cabins.
Yeah, I love that. So and I know this is the big question, and I know you don't have an exact answer, but when will it be open for the public? Because people are dying to come.
We are so anxious to have everybody come. So we are shooting for end of May for the public to come. We should have our first blooms happening then, and we would like to have an event. So
yeah. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. So get excited. So spring of 2026 is fingers crossed.
Yes.
That will happen. So it's, it's definitely been like a learning curve for everybody involved, like we have learned a lot. We've learned a lot about shipping, and we've learned a lot about, I mean, we're constantly like talking about this stuff. Like, I know we can find a better price. I know we can do this. And
yes,
where's all of our orders? Why is Canada not like shipping our stuff? Like, what is going on?
Canada's postal strikes.
Yes. We all, all about postal strikes more than we want to know. So, but no, it's been fun. And we're learning, and people are excited. I mean, this is a new chapter for you. And, in addition to that, you're doing your own stuff too. You are a brand. Maddie is like incredible. Like, let me just shout her out. Like, this woman can do so much, but she just had a baby. How old is Sweet Millie right now?
Millie is 7 months. So
7 months?
I was lamenting to Caleb, and I was like, Caleb's my husband. And I was like, I just feel like I'm so slow, and I'm not like getting back into things, and I haven't been able to brand as much and getting kind of content and giving people recipes and stuff. He's like, you just had a baby.
Yeah. And you have like all your kids at home too. So
yes.
And I have met her kids. They are adorable, but I don't think Maddie and I either got blessed with like really mellow children. I'm going to say.
No.
I don't know what those moms did to deserve mellow children, but I don't think neither of us got any of those. So
no. And people are like, well, boy moms. I'm like, I have a girl. I have one boy and 3 girls. And particularly one of my girls, my third, is a wild card.
She is a good time. I'm not going to lie. She is a good time.
She is. She's hilarious.
Yeah, she is. She keeps you on your toes. Yeah. So that is Taeda Farms, and it's, it's going to be an amazing thing. I can't wait. I think people are just so excited, and I go through the emails and see the comments, and people are so excited. It's going to be, and it's such a beautiful like a piece of land. Like, I'm so excited for it. So
we couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I'm serious.
Well, it's so fun. I like love it. I tell Maddie all the time, like, I just want to do this full time. This is so fun. Like, I just want to do this full time. Like, let me come to North Carolina. So, but tell my listeners, I could tell them, but I'm going to let you tell them how they can like support the farm, how they can get the updates. Tell them how to find you.
Okay, so we have an Instagram handle. It is Taeda Farms. And then we have a website, taedafarms.com. And we will send out newsletters, and we like to give, I am a cook from scratch person. So we cook everything from scratch. So I'll give recipes as I find perfect ones that I like, or I write them. We give out recipes, and we give you updates on the farm. And as now that we are moving on the building, we will have a lot more fun coming, because we are also a farm in the aspect that we will have livestock and gardens. And my mom and I both have green thumbs, and we love to garden. So I'm very excited. We're very excited to share that. So if you want to follow us along for the flowers, but also who doesn't love to look at pretty flowers and receive flowers, livestocks and fun stuff that as we learn, who knew that you needed all these permits to plant flowers?
Yeah, for real.
Then you can follow us along at Taeda Farms on
and
Instagram.
Talk about, because you have to give Maddie a follow too, but talk about your brand. And I know it is constantly like evolving and growing, but Maddie has an amazing brand too. She is, she's doing this would you call it homesteading? Are you homesteading? Is that what you
I don't
call
know.
it?
I feel like yes, probably homesteading. I live in a rural area, but the rural here is not rural like it is what I'm used to, where there's no towns around. So homesteading, yes, we're building livestock, or building a farm with livestock and gardens, but I really enjoy going slow, and I feel like our world is so fast paced. So I try to give advice there, and tips and tricks and recipes for slow cooking and slow living and enjoying your kids.
Yeah. And she's so good at it.
So fast. It goes so fast.
Yeah. And like I said, she's a plethora of knowledge. She knows something about everything, I'm telling you. So, well, thank you. And wait, what's your Instagram handle? We got to give yours too.
My Instagram handle is Madison_Rose11.
Yes.
I created it and I never went away from it.
And it's, oh my gosh, it kind of like ties with Taeda Farms because your middle name's Rose. I never thought about that. They kind of tie together. That's
flowers.
Cute. Yeah.
My 6-year-old loves to tell people my mom's middle name, so it's a flower.
Oh, that's so sweet. Mine's boring. Mine's just Joe. Just Joe. J-O.
No,
so
I like it.
Yeah.
I have a JoJo.
Yeah, you do. She's cute. So awesome. Okay, Maddie, I did not warn you this before we hit record, but I like to end all my podcasts with asking my guests 2 questions. Okay. The first one is, what is a pet peeve? And the second one is, what is a simple pleasure? So first, what is a pet peeve?
I think when I can like hear people eating.
Oh yeah. I think there's like a name for that. So yeah.
When you're sitting next to somebody and eating, and I'm going to throw my husband under the bus a little bit. He's gotten better at this. But like when he's never licked his fingers, but when he's eating, I can't do it.
It's because you're cooking. Your cooking must be really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. What's a simple pleasure?
Hot coffee in the morning. Mm-hmm. Hot coffee in the morning before the rest of the house is awake.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Calm. You're not quite awake yet. You're still in your PJs.
That's the best.
It's quiet.
Yeah, the calm before the storm for sure.
Yeah.
So, I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been so fun. As always, I love chatting with you. So thanks.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.